challenges with the scalpels because the chips, um, uh, what would you say? They chip off as you're trying to cut it. The pieces of metal clay chip off, and so um, we found this little mini saw. It is like the greatest little tool for clay, and it's super easy to use. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. When you get the mini saw, it's going to come with a little jeweler's saw blade, which is this little tiny thing that's really sharp, so I'm being real careful. Okay, this little blade here, which just almost just looks like a piece of wire, is actually toothed, and you want to pay attention to what direction those teeth are going. So you can kind of do that just by feeling it. Don't run your finger down it, but feel which direction those teeth are going. Okay, so to assemble your mini saw, this is going to be the forward facing part that you have your finger on when you're using it. Okay, so think of that like the top of the saw. You're going to take your blade, find which direction the teeth are going, and point the teeth down and outside of the blade. Okay, so that if it looks like this and like this, you can't run your finger up, but you could go down the blade. Okay, you're going to put it between the silver part and the brass part of that fitting right there. Okay, so you slide it in there. I like to tighten one end down just a little bit and then kind of adjust it a little. Tighten the other end down all the way. Okay, and then you can go back and tighten that one up. Now the blades come longer, so if you want to, and you can see I've done that on this one, generally I clip off the ends of them with a pair of wire cutters just so I don't have extra material all over the place. You can use broken saw blades with this. That's perfect. A lot of jewelers will do that because it's kind of a use for them, but a lot of times you're not going to go through more than one of these blades on metal clay. It goes right through it, and they don't really wear out unless you're doing an unbelievable amount of sawing on clay. Okay, so you're going to really just use one blade probably for your lifetime. Okay, so that is how to assemble the little piece here. Now I'm going to show you a couple different cuts with it. One, I'm going to cut some sheet, which is dried metal clay. Okay, this is probably 3 cards thick, something like that. And you can cut thinner or thicker clay, definitely. I'm just going to use this for demonstration today. And I'm also going to show you how to cut a little rod. Okay, so let me change the camera around a little bit here so you can see me better. Move this towards me and flip this around. Okay, I think we got it. Yep. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is just simply cut off an end of this so that you can see what I do. Okay, this little tool that I'm using here is a rubber block that makes a handy support for this. It gets it just high enough off the table that you can do your cutting very easily. Okay. Okay. I've got the tool in my hand. I have my finger on the top of the blade, and so when I pull down, it's going to cut. Okay. So just to show you that first cut, I'm going to put it out here a little ways so that you can see it better. I'm just going to, actually I can't really do that. The piece does need support so that you don't break it. Here we go. There's a little better angle for you. So I'm going to gently pull down just to get that first cut started. Okay, and now it's started, so I can see that if you look carefully, my blade is going into the clay there. Okay. Okay, so once I've got that started, I can go much faster. I can go up and down. I do it at a bit of an angle. just like this. And you kind of put more pressure on it on the pull down than you do on the up, because that's when the cutting action is going to happen. Okay, all there was to that. So cut very easily, straight through, no problems with it at all. Okay, now I'm going to change this up and do something a little more precise for you. I'm going to draw, I can't quite see the back of that very well, so let me get that mess off there just so that you can see the clay better. Okay. So I'm going to draw, let's do kind of a curve along here. Okay, so I can draw my design, whatever that's going to be. Put that up on my block again. And now, when I go in, I want to follow that line. So I'm going to start my first cut, again, very carefully, just to make sure it gets going. There we go. Okay, so now I've cut into the piece, and I can go up and down. And I just follow that line as I go. And I'm going to want to turn my clay as I do that. That will make the sawing direction much easier for you to control. That was that. I probably want to sand that little edge off there because I missed my line a little bit. But that's all there was to it, okay? And last but not least, this is just a little piece of extruded clay that I had. You could do this with a snake roll or the tubes. I use this tool constantly when I'm doing the hinges. For hinge knuckles that have holes in them especially, this is a great cutting tool for that because it makes your knuckles exactly what size you want them to be. So I'm going to show you that basically on this little rod right here. Again, you're going to support the piece very well. Keep going to the wrong end. And again, you're going to start it off slowly. And then cut it off. And what you'll see is you get that perfectly perfect edge so that you can cut more of, well, I guess what you'd call a 90-degree angle on your pieces. I broke that one. Of course. Okay, there we go. See how easy that is. Once you get going with it and you have your routine down, whoops, I squished it. You get the idea of how simple it is to make those cuts. Okay? Okay. And I think that's probably it. So I am going to turn you back around here. There we go. And sign off for this. But basically, what the best uses for this tool are going to be precision cuts where you're cutting a lot of angles, boxes, complex shapes, the locket designs, any of the square projects, things like that. It's amazing for that. The knuckles for hinges is also amazing for that because a lot of times with those knuckles, when you try to start cutting it with your scalpels, you'll get cracks and stuff on the edges and you'll start running out of extruded material to make knuckles out of. So that's why I like it with that especially. So anyway, if you have any questions, be sure to let us know. Always send us emails at info@clayrevolution.com. Thanks.